Do I look like your nanny? This is exactly what happened. There's also a really good possibility that you're just being delusional. Dude, are you serious? I got a message from him, and he had the nerve to say, "Sucks to suck, Tanya. How about some decency?" Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a hot minute since I last filmed a video in English, so I went on a date. For those of you that know me already or my close friends, you already know I don't go on dates much. Like, I've been using a dating app for a year and 4 months now, and I've only been on 4 dates in total. It takes me a while to first trust the person and know that he's not a creep. So the previous 3 dates went great. They were all even better people in person than they were texting. Okay, so this 4th guy that I just saw a week ago, last week, like literally last week, it was the worst date I've ever been on. I've never thought that I would actually come across a guy like this. So here's the background story. We were talking for 3 weeks, and for the year and 4 months that I was using dating apps, we actually matched 3 times. I don't know why, but we never really talked. And so this time, we matched again for the 4th time, and he basically texted, "We matched 3 times already." And I replied with, "We're basically match buddies." So in my mind, at first, I was thinking, this is not gonna be a thing. We're just gonna like chit chat for a bit, and it won't end up anything. But then he said, "Well, since we matched so many times, we might as well like try to get to know each other." And I thought, okay, sure. I haven't matched with somebody so many times before. Let's just get to know each other, see how the vibe goes, see how the conversation goes, and then we'll see where everything goes. So during the 3 weeks that we were talking, like, I'm pretty good at catching somebody's personality and the person's way of thinking, the person's value of life. And to be honest, I wasn't really intrigued with his ambition. Every time somebody asks me what do I look for in a partner, I always say that I want ambition. I want this person to have a dream, and then I want him to be pursuing his dream. No matter how big the goal is, how long it's gonna take, as long as you're on the road, like you're not just doing nothing, then that's good enough. Because I'm not a lazy ass. I'm very self-disciplined. So I would hope for somebody that has the same drive. But this time I was thinking, like, dude, we matched 3 times, everything adding up, like the matching 4 times, and then the coincidentally he's just moving to nearby to where I live. I thought that this might be like certain little signs that I should give this a try, even though our value of life is very different. He grew up in Canada, he doesn't speak Chinese. We made arrangements that before my trip to Banff, I went to Banff, by the way, after he moved here, and then after a few days, because I was working, we would go on a walk. Nothing more than that. No dinner, no lunch. It was just a walk. I'm an extrovert, like you guys know that already, right? He was an introvert. I have a lot of introvert friends, so that wasn't really a problem to me. I'm an extrovert, I don't get awkward, I love talking to strangers, I love hugging people. You know what I mean. He was satisfied with his 9-to-5 job, going to the gym, like he was satisfied with that. He didn't want a side project. There wasn't really anything other than sports that he was interested in. That's like a part that I liked about him. This is a lifestyle, and I know that a lot of people do enjoy this type of lifestyle, especially the entrepreneur lifestyle mindset is not for everybody, and I completely understand that. So we were talking for 3 weeks. Fast forward to our walk. He told me about his friends, doesn't really have a life, drinks too much. He told me about his best friend, which is like this, and I'm like, oh, well, are you like helping your best friend get out of that stage in his life, like find what he wants to do? And he's like, no. And I couldn't really understand that, because for me, if my friend, he's going low, I will try to like lift him up, figure out his life with him. Also be that parent role sometimes, like just telling them straight off, this thing that you're doing right now, it's all bullshit. Get yourself together, let's get your life on track. But this guy that I was seeing, let's just say his name is like Cranberry. Cranberry just didn't care. And the word he kept using was indifferent. The way he said it, he said that, oh, that's his life. I'm not going to tell him what he has to do. He can just do what he wants to do, and I'll do me. That's just another red flag for me. He knows that I don't like people being late. I'm a punctual person. Being on time, being punctual is very important in life. And it shows that you respect the other person, because nobody wants to wait, right? Every minute, every second is valuable. And for somebody to give you that time, you should respect that. And he already knew that I did not like people being late. late. But guess who texted me 4 minutes before the time that we were supposed to meet and asked me, should I leave? Or like, do you want me to go pick you up? Do I look like your nanny? So I told him, well, I'm almost there already. You should be heading out. I don't like people being late. Then he said, I might get lost. Well, then head out earlier. That if you know that there's a possibility of you getting lost, then you should head out of the house earlier to be on time. Is that really a hard concept to grasp? Is it really that hard to understand? I was actually really excited. Like the first 3 weeks of talking, everything was pretty okay. I was giving this person the benefit of the doubt even though there were red flags, but I was still excited to meet this person. When we first walked over to each other, this is exactly what happened. Nothing. I don't even remember if he said hi. It was just quiet. I thought he was gonna break the ice, but I guess he thought I was. So I broke the ice. Like, I'm the extrovert, so I thought, hey, maybe he's just shy. I'm okay with starting the conversation. So I said hi, we talked a little bit, I asked him a few questions, he answered. So the whole walk was a 2-hour walk. We walked to Blackball, we bought a drink. He looked like he wasn't excited at all. After I started getting the conversation going, every single thing that he talked about, every person that he talked about was negative. He was basically like leaking negative energy. And I hate that because I'm a very positive person. Like, I give out very positive energy, very strong energy. That negative energy was just like killing me. It was like pulling me down. I could feel my energy like being pulled down. He just kept talking shit about his hometown, talking shit about the people in his hometown. Like, I would say, okay, like, I got it, like, you have a bad experience in your hometown, okay. But when I wanted to like maybe talk about other stuff, everything that we talked about, he would just like connect it back to the negativity of the people he used to know. Everybody was at fault except for him. There was actually another really big red flag that I should have acknowledged, but I didn't. He had 4 exes before. They aren't friends anymore, they don't talk anymore, and that's also okay. But he also added that all of these 4 relationships ended up in a bad note, like a little trigger in my head. Be careful, this person keeps saying everybody is at fault. He says that his ex-girlfriend cheated on him, and when I asked like, how did you find out? Did you catch them? And then he's like, no, but I sort of connected this and connected that and the time, so she had to be cheating on me. And I'm like, that doesn't mean she cheated on you. There's also a really good possibility that you're just being delusional. Back to the walk. So it was just like all negative vibes, and the date sort of ended like that. And I don't get awkward easily. When I say awkward, like when we were saying goodbye, we were on this road that when I turn right and keep going, and somewhere is my apartment, and then when he like turning left, somewhere is his apartment. So we were in this middle place and we were saying goodbye. In the middle of our walk, I could get that, okay, this person is interested, but most of the time I feel like he's just like a girl. What I mean by a girl is not appearance wise, it's like girls sort of do that. We just don't give out too many things and we want the other person to initiate stuff. I would like my other half to be initiative. I can be initiative when I need to be, when I'm around my friends, but not with my other half. Before this person is my partner, I would want this person to like the chase. I'm not gonna make it too hard for you, but I have to like feel that you're trying to make an effort here, and you want me to be yours. But for this person, I feel like he was just not initiative at all. The goodbye was like the most awkward part. I was thinking like, okay, I'm a huggy person, but I don't want to hug you right now. But if you want to hug me, I'll give you a polite hug. So I'm like, okay, never mind. I just said goodbye, and then I turned, I left, and I did not even turn around again. And it was so awkward to the point where within 2 minutes, I called my friend Catherine and I told her about this awful date. And the next day, I actually went on a trip with my friends to Banff. We were there for 4 days, and on the second day, I just couldn't hold it anymore. I didn't want to waste his time, and I didn't want to waste my own time. We talked 3 weeks and we met once. It wasn't for me. It's not like it couldn't work out. Come on. If you want something to work out, it will work out. But I'm a very busy person and I don't have that much extra time on hand. I'd rather just have somebody that's a little bit similar to me. We could just both be busy and then see each other, like that's great. But I actually shared that I did YouTube. He had close to zero interest in what I was doing. And he was basically saying, oh, so you don't have time because you do this and you do that. So you don't have time for me. And I'm like, how old are you? Are you trying to shame me because I am a busy person? I like being productive. I like achieving stuff. On the second day, I just couldn't. I just told him straight away because that's just me. I'm very direct. So I texted him,
hey Cranberry, to be honest, I really don't want to focus on anything else right now. Meeting up as friends for food is alright every few weeks, but I think these 2 years are the years I want to focus on career. I said our vibe is also very different too. Being friends is completely fine, but if it was a relationship, that would take a lot of work and adjusting, and that would affect me too much. I'm fine with being friends, but I totally understand if you don't want to be friends. If you want to be strangers, I'll respect that. And then he said, you didn't have fun when we met on Saturday. I don't think we will be friends. And then I said, I had fun, but our energy is just really different. It's not that it wouldn't work, but it'd take a lot of work, and I just don't have that much extra time and energy to work everything out.
So I thought it would end at here when he kept going. He said, you're not even willing to try. Why did we spend the last few weeks talking? Like, what? I'm not obligated to date you just because we were talking for 3 weeks.
So I said, talking is because we need to see if we are compatible. I don't think we are compatible, and I really would prefer somebody that's more similar so it won't be too much work.
And then he said, you don't even know what my personality is like because I'm an introvert. We've been talking for 3 weeks and you think it's because you're an introvert? I have so many introverted friends. Why would that be a reason? Like, I already told Barry the reason. He was the type that couldn't take no for an answer, I guess.
No, my ex is an introvert. That doesn't matter at all. He still didn't get it, so he was saying like, what is it that you know about my personality that you don't like? Tell me.
I really felt that this person is trying to start an argument just so I would say something bad and then he could like grasp onto that and then make me look like a really bad person.
So I said, I'm being completely blunt and honest already. Don't assume anything because I already told you why. There is no right or wrong and nobody is at fault.
He still doesn't get it. And he says, how are we different? Dude, are you serious? You don't see how we're different?
Then he proceeds to say, you obviously made assumptions about me that probably aren't even accurate.
Dude, I didn't make any assumptions. You told me everything that I know.
I said, I have not. I don't dislike anything, but the energy is too different. That's it. You just assumed I made assumptions about you, and I didn't.
Previously, I have rejected some people and spoke my mind, and I told them very honestly, just like how I did right now. I do it with politeness and I don't point fingers because nobody is at fault. And then he sends me one sentence and proceeds to unmatch us. He says, you're way too self-centered. Okay, whatever. Like, I don't even want to talk to you anymore. You're trying really, really, really hard to find a reason to talk shit about me. If you want that reason to be I'm self-centered, then sure. Why not? You can think whatever you want to think. I want nothing more to do with this person. So I didn't reply and he unmatched us. So yeah, I have proof if anybody wants to see. But that's not the end. After 2 days, he has my number. On the plane before takeoff back to Vancouver, I got a message from him. And he had the nerve to say, it's really not cool to ghost someone like that. Dude, you unmatched me. You said I was self-centered. What was I supposed to say? Then he says, after talking for so long and about everything we talked about getting to know each other. Then after meeting for 20 minutes, you just reject me like that in a text message. We went on a 2-hour walk. It's not a 20-minute meetup. Oh, I guess that's why you're not punctual because you don't even have a sense of time. And then he proceeds to say, sucks to suck, Tanya. How about some decency? Wow. The people that know me know that I have a bitch face, but I am always nice to everybody. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and that is why I had to reject him right then and there because I knew it wasn't going to work out. I need to focus on growing as a person. I need to work on growing my business, my YouTube channel. Using your vocabulary, you're indifferent. I really was debating on replying after that, but I didn't want to give him that pleasure, and I'm done with this person. So I just didn't reply after that, and yeah, that sort of wraps up this date of mine. Yeah, so that's the end of today's video. If you like that I didn't get tangled into this situation even more deeply, hit that like button. Let me know if you have any of these experiences so I don't feel alone on this. See you guys next week and I'll be back with more videos. Bye!